Hello. Hi. How's everyone doing? I'm going to wait just a minute before I get started to see if more people jump on. How's everyone doing with the energy? Last week's energy was pretty intense. Hello. I wanted to cover a little higher perspective today, so I'm going to wait just a minute. Good. I hope that today's is a higher energy. It's a lighter energy. Last week was really draining for everyone. People had a hard time last week. So I hope everyone is better. Hello. So today, I'm still going to wait another minute before I jump into some more detail, because I know sometimes people hop on in the middle of the live, which is okay. I wanted to give a little higher perspective today on what is going on with religion and healthcare in regards to politics. A lot of people have messaged me actually asking me about both, and I think yesterday I had 3 or 4 messages just on the same question. So I figured I would hop on and do a live, and I'll leave it up probably on here, but definitely on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to the YouTube, it's Holistic Living Practice, 3 different words, separate words. Because I'm going to put probably more up on there than I would leave up here. So I wanted to talk about and kind of make something, I wanted to give like a broader, higher perspective on what's happening now. So religion and politics and actually healthcare and politics are kind of all intertwined right now. This is kind of difficult for a lot of people to see, but this really is globally a battle of good versus evil. So there's just no way around it. It's a battle for your consciousness, your mind. So I don't want people to get too worried about the battle or the outcome, because, like I said before in some videos, the light has kind of already won in an energetic point, from an energetic perspective. So now it's just kind of trickling down to the 3D, and things are starting to get caught up here. So I will just go ahead and start now, and then whoever wants to catch, whoever didn't see it can catch the replay. But I think this is a very important video, so feel free after to share with whoever you think will hear the message. So there really is a serious battle, like I said, of good versus evil. So what I want people to understand is, when it comes to all the major areas, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to the educational system, when it comes to politics, just all that, and when it comes to religion, there's a lot of it within history that has been, we've been kind of lied to when it comes to a lot of that. And I think some people are starting to feel like all those areas of life are a little bit off, but you're not sure exactly what it is. And you're seeing a lot of push right now in, the media and in just your local communities everywhere for the propaganda being pushed. What I want to make clear is it is really about control. It is not about your health and safety. So I'm not going to get too detailed with that, but I just wanted to make that a point. So I want to step and give you a bigger perspective on everything. The educational system is scaring me now too. Yes, I know. I know us parents, we have a big job to do with that, but it is all going to shift. But right now, I want people to focus on the right now, because what I see down the road is I mean, like I said before, New Earth is amazing, but I think more people need to wake up to what's going on now and kind of be clear and planted before we go into that too far. So what I do want to say is, I'm not sure how much research anyone has done, but I do want you to know that there are a group, I'm going to say this, all systems breaking down. Yes, absolutely. 100%, all of them. What I will say is there are a group of families and companies, and there are different words used for this in mainstream. I'm going to try to avoid some words for censorship, because they really don't care how many people are watching, what it's about. They'll just take it right down. So there are a group of families and companies that have run this world for decades. Now, some people just simply don't want to hear that. They don't understand it. But, if you're unaware of that, I will share. I had to write some bullet points down because I didn't want to forget anything today. There are a group of families and companies. Now, companies are, the pharmaceutical companies, just the big box stores. Okay, so when I say companies, that's what I'm referring to. They have controlled the medical community, the educational system. They have controlled religion and politics, essentially, for hundreds of years. Religion is not, it's been turned into something that it wasn't meant to be. I like religion and the idea that it gives people the idea that there's something bigger out there, other than just themselves, other than Earth, that there's, a higher power. And that is true. What I don't like about religions, and this is any religion, is that they try to push their perspective and point of view that, you're born and the power lies outside of you, when really that's not it at all. The power lies within you. So a lot of people, like I said, I like the idea of the religion, but a lot of people, they mistake that now, and they're going too far. They've gone too far with it. So the ones who are way too much into religion, they're having a hard time understanding this, because they are so planted in what they've been conditioned to think exists, and what they've been conditioned to think that religion is. And it's really not any of that. Yes, there is a God, there is a creator, but it is not in the way that people think. So God, there is a God, one creator. So you can make that, if you are, identify with a specific religion, you can just make that whichever God you want. But there is a one soul creator who created everything that exists, which means that if he created everything that exists, then he created all of us here, which means all of us here are a part of God. So that means in turn, we are the creators. So we are not as, people like to say that it's all in God's hands. Well, we are God. We are a part of God. So it is also in our hands. And that's what people are not getting now. They are thinking that everything, lies, the fate is just lied and has nothing to do with me. We can't do anything. We have no control anyway. Well, no, that's not true at all. You do have control over, first of all, your mind, where you're at. You have control over your actions. You have control of how much light you're holding down. And all of that is what helps shift. And you do have control because you are a creator. So on the spiritual level, what you can do personally is keep yourself, like I said before, at a higher vibration. So that's what's going to hold down the light. That's what's going to help in this spiritual battle for the light. So a lot of light workers, if anyone's on this page or reads it or, watches it after, you to some degree have come here for this. You may have come here to also fulfill soul contracts and lessons, but there is also a part of you that is here as a light worker to help hold down the fort. And that is so, so important right now. So I want to make that clear. I will probably read some of the comments when I'm done, just because I want to make sure that I get all this across, and I might answer some questions just by reading this, and then I'll go back and answer anything new you guys have to ask. So I wanted to get that clear as far as religion goes, and I also then want to step back to what I said about the families and the powers that, be for the negative. So they are for the negative, and the light workers and those who are working for, they're more connected to the God source. Those are the ones. So it's kind of like a battle of both forces, and that includes us. That includes celebrities. That includes, anyone that you may have heard. I mean, this goes within everyone here that exists. So you've been given throughout time the illusion that they're keeping you safe, or follow this and this, this will help you, or the illusion that you have control. So when it comes to politics, to be honest, you don't. There is no control. It is an illusion of control to create a divide, because that's what they want. I wanted to make that a point. It will change and adjust going forward, but I'm just talking about history and up until now. And that probably another live I'll go into what is coming, but I want people to understand this right now and share it with those who don't, because a lot of people who are having a hard time, they need the clarification. So this grouping of people, the families and the companies, they've disconnected themselves from God's source. So everyone is a part of God. Everyone is God's source. Everyone is from his creation, even them. But they have chosen to disconnect themselves. So therefore, they have kind of been residing within the lowest frequencies that we've talked about. And that's how they've been manipulating humanity and people here. So there are, let me see, how do I go about saying this? The lowest frequencies that exist that they've been kind of working within: greed, control, anger, and fear. And they use anger and fear to control humanity, to divide us. So all, different things. When it comes to politics, they want that to divide people. When it comes to healthcare, or whether you're using a facial covering, whether you're getting the jab or whether you're not, they want that to divide people. Race wars, all created by them to divide people. It is all so that you stay divided and within their realm of control. So that's what's been going on this whole time with the pandemic, and it's been going on for hundreds of years to a degree. But it's time to wake up now. It is time to wake up. We have to wake up the sleepyheads. There is a group of humanity that does not want to wake their sleeping heads. And now is the time. And like I said, that is not, I've said this before, it is not your job necessarily. However, you can still plant a seed, and you can hold your light and create those boundaries within your life personally for those people. And they are going to be forced. There's going to be a point where they're forced to wake up, and if they don't, they're gonna end up kind of leaving the space, and that'll be a soul contract. That's their soul's plan to exit at that time. So that's nothing that I want anyone to worry about. Some people say, "Oh my gosh, one of my so-and-so doesn't," that's nothing I want people to worry about, because it is a personal, on a personal soul level. And so what you really need to do is just focus on you. So let me just read a couple of these comments real quick. How our priest won't baptize our baby because we don't attend church enough. Yes, exactly. religion and, Christianity has really been tainted. It's been really manipulated for power and control, and telling people, if you don't do this, this will happen, or you need to do this, or you're going to be this, or you're born this. All wrong, all incorrect. I just want to get that point clear and across to people. So there may be some churches or some facilities that will. I know some other people who have had a hard time with that, but they were able to find a church that would do it. So you might just have to go outside of your area and go a little further. But I am so spiritual, but it's not about that to him. So I want to say this, but I don't want people to get too, worried about or anxious about it. But, Christianity, the Vatican, they are also involved in this group, in these companies and this family. They're also part of the corruption. So I need to make that clear, because that's what trickles down, what people are seeing now. So, you have to, people, religion and spirituality, they are a little bit intertwined, but they're really different. Like we said before, religion is more about power and control, and that the fact that you have no control and the power is outside of you. Spirituality makes you go within and makes you see that you are the creator. You have the power, you have the control. So part of your spiritual journey is diving into your personal shadow side, as some people say. So, in order to do that, you kind of have to dive deep into yourself. What healing do you need to do? What stuff do you just need to kind of work on for you to make yourself the best version of you? That's more kind of where spirituality begins, and then it just kind of goes more and more into it from there. But if you're looking to get more into spirituality, that's where you really have to start. Yes, totally hijacked. Yes, it has been. It's sad. There is some truth to that. But, I think in this lifetime, in our lifetime, I do feel like the corruption will come out about it. But I don't know that we're ever going to see, and I mean the masses, be able to see the full truth of what it was intended to be from the beginning. So I want to make that clear as well. So there are just different areas in all of this that, yes, they're all separate areas, they're all different, but they are all the same, because they're all the same, because it's the same people, the same groupings trying, they're kind of have control over all that. So that's what's being dismantled now. Now, the last president we had, 45, was the one doing that. So the sleepers, the ones who are choosing not to see it, the ones who are so stuck in the 3D of the kind of mind games and the manipulation, they're just still manipulated. And, to a degree, you can't help it. But those people choose to see him as this, dark, evil, horrible person. And it was actually quite the opposite. What you're seeing now in politics is not at all what is really going on. So you have to watch that play out. But don't worry so much about where you think things may be going based on what you see now, because that's not where they're going. It is also kind of an illusion. It's kind of pushed to bring fear. I want people to know that between now and October is probably going to be pretty rocky. So we may be going like this and like this and like this on a crazy roller coaster, but you have to know a lot of it's going to be a lot of manufactured crisis. Like there's going to be one after the next. And I've said this earlier today, anywhere from, shortages and supplies to all the way to, an alien invasion. And there is other life, 100%. There is other life everywhere. It'd be ignorant to think that we're the only, people that exist, that we're the only life that exists. However, what you're going to see come out is not at all what I'm referring to. It's essentially BS. If I want to be honest, agree on 45. Yes, and you have not seen the end of him. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So I want people to just really know that you kind of have to unlearn everything you've learned so far when it comes to all of these topics, when it comes to everything, religion, politics, healthcare, and the educational system. for them possible. And that is talking about spirituality. That is something that's so important. So the younger kids are, the more important it is, you know, because most kids come in intuitive. So mine is. So it's, you just have to foster that. So I wanted to make that a point too. Agree on the jab and face coverings. It is ridiculous. It's sad. But it's part of the Great Awakening. It's part of the transition. You just have to hang in there and make sure that you're focusing on you and don't let yourself get pulled down by everyone else, because it's very easy to let that happen. I would totally participate with a parent-child program. Oh, good. Well, I'm creating one, so hang in there. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of detail. There's a lot involved in it, because it's going to be... it's mostly about, you know, the intuitive side and getting in touch with it. And like I said, all kids are intuitive. You know, I've always been intuitive. Mine, you know, my daughter's very intuitive. She has the same abilities. She's just, you know, a little too young to kind of know exactly how to maneuver it yet. But that's why I want to design this, so it's different stages, you know, different ages. We'll have different kinds of programs that they'll do. Our God self is key. Yes. They're trying to, so guys, when I channel, when they work through me, I clear my throat a lot. So if you ever hear me clearing my throat and drinking water, it's because they're kind of speaking through me. I just wanted to let you know if you ever hear that in a live or a video. So if we all are God, so if God is within all of us, that would make perfect sense if you look at it that way and step back and think, well, if these people have disconnected themselves, and if that's been the space they're residing in, then they don't want you to be a part of God. They don't want you to know your power, because when you know your power, they lose their power. So that is really the bottom line. That is the whole point. That is what people need to know. This couldn't be more clear to me. And I think a lot of people, as they're starting to see and put things together for themselves, even if you're not a medium, you don't need to be. You can still see what's going on. I can just see further and a little bit higher. So I try to bring those messages here since I'm able to do that. So I hope that I answered everyone's questions. If you have any last minute questions or anything else you're curious about or anything coming in the future, let me know. Perfectly said. Thank you. I try to do my best to not only channel, but try to explain things. Sometimes I'm doing it at the same time. So if you see me looking off to the side, I'm actually watching what they're showing me or listening or just letting them talk through me. So where we're going, and it'll be, I feel like within, they want to say within 2 to 3 years from now, everyone's lives are going to be significantly different, but our particular life here, like where as a collective, a year from now, there's going to be some big changes. Now, don't be alarmed if you see some people who have gotten the jab exit the Earth space. Not everyone will. It depends on the frequency you reside on, but some have chosen to. With the new Earth, that is where they're not aligned. They probably on a soul level tried to with their contracts coming in, but they may have on a personal level, a human level here, just said, you know what, I can't do it in this life. Take me out. You know, I need to go back. And they essentially then go back into spirit and they go back to school, and then they decide with their team where, you know, is the best place to go from there. So I don't want people to be worried. I don't want people to be worried about people about that going forward. So I just want to make that clear. Blessed to have your guidance. Oh, thank you. You know what? This is very out of my comfort zone. I've been intuitive, like this my whole life, when I was a kid on, but I did not professionally do this. I did read, kind of like on the side because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. And then with all the stuff that's happening now, I just was guided, you need to get out there and do it. So that's what I'm doing. So I changed my whole personal life to make this happen. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. We're all trying to do the best we can. So no matter who you are, no matter, what you're doing, I really want everyone to understand that you matter and you're important, and it's important that you hold down the light too. So you're doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So they also, they want people to know that they're grateful for us. This is not something I plan to say. They're just sharing it with me now. They're grateful to us light workers for doing what we're doing. Because coming here and doing this in this particular life, we knew wouldn't be easy. But we signed up for it anyway. So we have to reassure ourselves and remember that when we're struggling, and if there's days where we're having a hard time, they want us to know that you have no idea how strong you are. So I wanted to make that message clear as well. I think I answered everyone's questions. I'm sorry if I skipped anything. I don't think I did. But I will be doing some angel readings too. If you guys, some MIDI readings, if you guys are interested in that. And I do private readings too. And, I follow my guide's guidance. So I let them tell me what, it doesn't matter what I'm able to see. I let them kind of tell me what, who I'm reading needs to, what they need to know right now in this time. One step at a time, they're saying now. So everyone just keep working on you. Like I said, they really want you to master cleansing, clearing, shielding, grounding, because of where we're going and because of how intense it's going to be, and because that's like the first step to how to kind of manage everything. So just kind of keep this in mind for going forward, and keep the new earth in your mind going forward. Religion is going to be debunked. People who are super religious, and I don't just mean no, there's a God, or follow maybe a religion that they were brought up in. I mean, they hang on the every word, and those people are going to be one of the hardest groups. They're going to be one of they're going to have the most struggle, is the way that they're saying. So it's those people. It's the people that are so deep into politics, they think that it's still really just about the left versus the right. It's not. It really, none of this has anything to do with politics. Essentially, politics aren't real. And I know that people, look around and they see, 45, and then I want to say 46, but the one posing as 46 is not. And they think, well, how's that possible? I see this, because it is. And you have to understand that a lot of it is an illusion. And there may be temporary changes that you're seeing, but they're all going to be completely wiped out coming up here. So when it comes to education, know that that's going to be totally different. There's going to be a lot more people. It's going to be a lot more around families. It's not going to be the traditional school setting that we've known. So I want people to keep that in mind as well. So that's going to change. Healthcare is going to be more natural medicine. Pharmaceuticals aren't going to be what they are now. So they have a huge part in what's going on now, because they are profiting big time, and they control those 3-letter companies that tell you what you should be doing right now to avoid this and this. So it's all intertwined. So they really don't care. They don't have your best interest. They care about them. They care about money. They care about power, control. They're greedy. So keep that in mind when you see anything that comes up next. Don't give in to fear. No, it's not real, and no, it's just not true. So it is, you really have to follow your, yes, you have to be logical, but you have to follow your intuition. That's what's going to guide you now. And everyone is intuitive. Everyone has the ability to a degree. You just have to develop it. And as you practice, you get stronger and stronger. So if you really want to develop your intuition, you need to meditate every day. So in the morning and at night, even if it's just for a few minutes, that is really going to help you strengthen the intuitive part so that you're able to then use that to guide you. So I hope that this was informative. I hope it helped people. I kind of wanted to just brush on multiple topics because I know that a lot of people, I got messages about healthcare and religion. So I wanted people to have answers for that, for where we're at right now. And I'll continue to do these. I might do these probably maybe weekly, I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think. If you would be interested weekly in hearing messages and just kind of me helping you with where we're going now, working and learning to meditate. Good. I know there are guided meditation videos. You can just look them up, YouTube or different things. I am one, I need silence. I cannot meditate with sounds, with videos. I can't do it. I need to be in the silence because that's how I get everything I get, and I channel. So, but if you're new to it, I think that the guided meditations help people more. It helps them clear out their minds, because what people have a hard time with meditation is the quiet. So that's part of why too I developed, we developed as Holistic Living, the coaching packages, because it really does walk you through everything. It walks you through everything from the physical when it comes to food, all the way to meditation, and then to, et cetera, et cetera. So there's different layers to it. I find that the energy package seems to be the one that I think people are gravitating to the most, which is the second package, because it includes the first one. But we kind of lay everything out. We give different examples. We just try to really pull everything together for people, because there's just too many areas that people are needing help with, and it's too hard to do. It's too hard to do the one-on-one coaching about every single topic. So we wanted to try to do something that let people, kind of do it on their own, like a schooling in a way. And then if you choose to, you can have a call then at the end. So, or throughout, depending on what you want. So that way you're able to kind of get some guidance as you go along, or clarity if you need it. So anyone who you think may benefit, look into it, because I know that I've gotten messages on that and emails from people just saying that they had no idea some of that even existed. I didn't know some of that even existed until you really start digging and researching. So if that's something you're interested in, please look into it. It's on our website, holisticlivingpractice.com. But otherwise, I will still do this. I will do lives. I will do mini angel readings sometimes. I do the weekly energy blog on Mondays, which is out just on the website under Learning Library, so you can see it. We do the newsletter every Friday. So there's a lot that it's just there for you, just for you to have. So I hope that this helped. I really want people, I want to make sure you know that you're not alone, and know that you need to step in your power. So know that if someone's trying to battle with you, about any of this, they're just not awake to it yet. They're not there. So don't try to argue. It won't help, and all it's going to do is drop your vibration. So just say, well, I guess, I've done the research, and you should do the research as well, and then, see where you're at. Make it very non-argumentative, because they'll argue with you on anything now. So just make sure you're preserving your energy and meditating, and I'll try to hop on here once a week. I'm not sure whether, it depends on my schedule. It might be in the morning, or it might be, around this time in the evening. So let me know what works for everyone. So I hope everyone hangs in there. I was glad to answer some questions. I hope I eased some anxieties for people. It is going to get more intense. Don't get scared. Don't be alarmed. I will be here to guide you through it. So as always, I'm sending everyone so much love and light, and I will see you soon.